Greetings everybody, Okane Games Online. Welcome back to more Danganronpa 2. Last time, we began investigating Ibuki and Hyoko's murder. And we've done most of the investigating we can here at the music venue. There's just a few other things we have to do, namely a few testimonies. Mikon, you make sense since you're doing the autopsy. Only I'd noticed sooner, Ibuki might have been saved. Hey, when did you realize Ibuki was missing? After leaving Nagito's room, I went to the on-call room. And that's when it came to me that I should go check on how everyone in the hospital is doing. One more time before I go to sleep. So, I went to the patient rooms and noticed that Ibuki was gone. So I quickly ran out of the hospital. So that's what happened. Then I saw Fuyuhiko in front of the hospital. So I asked him if he could help me look for Ibuki. Huh? That reminds me. Where were you? I thought you were resting in the lobby. That is a long story. What? I'm sorry. It's not like I doubt you or anything. There's no way I doubt you. Because we've been together since this morning. You're right, we were together until you went to the on-call room. That's right. We were together until just a little before the morning Monokuma announcement. So, I doubt you. I don't doubt you. I'm telling the truth. Is it alright if I continue with my autopsy? You talk to me again later. I'll tell you what I know. So please, spare my life at least. What happened to not doubting me? Mikon's account's been added. Who else? Fuyuhiko might have some sort of account of his own.
Damn right.
Hey Hajime, take a look at this. What?
Huh?
Look what's in front of the door. This is a drumstick, right? It looks like it's broken. What happened to it?
Like...
If something like that is in front of the door, do you think it might be a really big clue? Why would this be a clue?
Hey!
Remember when we came to the music venue? If it won't open, the only thing we can do is force our way through. I wonder if that's gonna be possible. Of the four of us, two of us are girls, you know. It doesn't matter if you can do it or not. We have to try. Let's go. We'll all charge at the same time. Ready, set, go! At Fuyuhiko's signal, we charged into the door at full force. The door was locked when we tried to go inside, and the four of us charged into the door. But when I examined it, I found out that this door doesn't have a lock at all. Huh?
I get it.
The door is designed to be pushed open, and this is the shape of the handle. If we stick what was used to bar the door here, or if a stick was used to bar the door here, well, don't you think it would lock the door and keep it from opening? I mean, you think the drumstick was used to lock the door? The broken drumstick on the floor in front of the door should be proof of that. And how was the killer able to get out?
Huh?
I mean, the music venue doesn't even have windows. This door is the only entrance. If they locked the door from the inside, the killer wouldn't be able to escape outside.
Like...
Maybe the killer was still inside when we broke down the door to the music venue. And they waited until we were already at the scene of the crime to join us?
I get it.
You know, don't they use tricks like that in a lot in mystery dramas and stuff? If that's the case, there might be evidence of that around here somewhere.
Damn it.
Alright, I'm definitely gonna find it. I won't let the killer get away with this. The killer was still inside when we broke down the door to the music venue, huh? Like he said, that might be possible, but...
I've listened to the whole story.
I've heard what you two were discussing. Chiaki, that was kind of a cool entrance.
Well?
Besides the broken drumstick, we've also discovered something interesting. What is it?
See?
Look, there's a weird glob where the right and left door touch. See? You're right. What is this? It looks too firm to think it's rubber.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't look like rubber, but... As she said that, Chiaki bent down, scraped off the semi-transparent glob with her finger. Why are you putting it in your mouth? Ah, it smells like workshop chemicals. Workshop? And this chewiness. I see. This thing may be a glob now, but that doesn't mean it was a glob from the start. For instance, it was originally a liquid that hardened into things. It might be possible to apply it directly and smoothly in the gaps of the door. What are you talking about? Just as I thought, it tastes nasty. Chiaki spat the glob out of her mouth and left the area. Besides that bit about the taste, it's okay to consider this some kind of clue, right? Glob's been added. Might be close to finished investigating. The typos bother me to no end! With this, we might be close to finished investigating the music venue. But I still need to talk to Mikon. I need to make sure I get those autopsy results from her. We'll get that and then we'll move on. How about Mikon? Have you found out anything by now? To tell you the truth, it's been very inconclusive.
You got it wrong!
But it's not my fault. This music venue is just too hot. Because of the heat, I can't estimate the time of death. Because of the heat? Is that possible? If a body is overexposed to heat or cold, you won't be able to determine a precise time of death. Let's see. That might have been the killer's goal. They covered up their time of death by using the heater to make the inside of the music venue hot. That's weird. Even if this heat is the killer's doing, is there any reason for them to cover up the time of death? I agree. So long as I saw it, it should be clear what order the murders occurred. First was Ibuki, then Hyoko. And as long as this is an imitation murder, there shouldn't be any mistaking the order of the murders. Huh? Imitation murder?
Huh?
You don't know, Hajime? I thought everyone already knew.
See?
It's a murder where the killer uses a creative work, like a song or a film, as an outline for their killings. It's so common in detective novels, mangas, and video games that you start to get annoyed by it. How would an imitation murder be related to this murder? Well, based on the killing order and the way they were killed, it's clearly an imitation of that movie. That movie?
Good instinct.
The assumption is an imitation murder is the reason why the killer killed two people. The goal was an imitation killer. Even so, why did they feel the need to do something like that?
Do you have a minute?
Excuse me, if this was really an imitation of that movie, then is it possible that one more person might have been killed?
This, too, must be the will of causality.
It's certainly conceivable, if the killer wishes to complete the imitation. Hold on a sec. What are you all talking about? An imitation murder? One more person might have been killed? Are you guys worried there's gonna be another victim? Then no worries. Things will get out of hand too fast if a bunch of people could be killed at once. I'm a real cautious fella, so so I prepared a perfect countermeasure. Ahem! On this killing school trip, the same blacking can only kill a maximum of 2 people.
Huh?
You mean you added another rule?
Yep.
Well, if killing everyone at once is okay, the blacking would be able to secure an easy victory, right? This new rule will prevent that. Make sure you slam it into your tiny brains. If it is a maximum of 2 people, then there will not be any more killings. Since you're here anyway, can I ask you one more thing? You know, I just want to confirm one of the class trial rules. I see. As expected of you, you're very strict about games.
Perhaps.
I don't want to consider this a possibility at all, and I don't even want to think someone would do this. If 2 cases occur at once, what happens if there are 2 killers? Like I said, I'm talking about the possibility that Ibuki and Hyoko were killed by 2 different people. That would mean that 2 killers exist at the same time. We can only vote for one person, right?
I am concerned.
If we can only choose one based on majority vote, the other person could certainly achieve victory.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right.
See?
So, what happens in that case? What about a case where there's 3 incidents instead of 2, or 4 incidents overlap one another?
Silence!
Shut up! It's okay. I'll make extra sure something like that never happens.
Hey.
Meaning, 2 killers can't exist at the same time. So it's safe to say that applies to this case too, right?
Wow.
I don't like this.
Alright, fine. That's right. There's always one killer at any given time. Even if they had an accomplice, I'd have you figure out who the mastermind is. Man, I ended up giving you a huge hint. She made me say it. Gamer brains are not to be underestimated. Just shut up and go back to my cave. I see. So there's no possibility for 2 killers to exist at the same time. With this, I guess that narrows things down a little.
Yep.
That makes things a little easier.
Fine.
Plus, the same killer can kill a maximum of 2 people.
Taste your powerlessness!
It means a 3rd victim would be impossible. Imitation murder breakthrough. You guys keep saying that, and it sounds strange to me. What do you guys mean by imitation? Could it be you haven't seen it? Seen it? Seriously, seen what?
So...
Like I said, that movie.
Oh my!
When we first explored this island, Monokuma was passing out invitation tickets. Then the imitation is...
Good instinct.
Of course. It's an imitation of that movie.
Well?
Well, based on the murders this time, it closely resembles that movie. As if they were copying it. As if they copied the movie. I see. Nagito mentioned something about that. And it can't be helped, I guess. I'll just rely on my gut feelings. Gut feelings? You should come by later, too. I'll go there first and wait for you. Where exactly are you talking about? Well, obviously, the movie theater.
You...
I see. So you haven't seen it. Still, it's not too late, I think. It's probably a good idea if you watch that movie before the class trial starts. Looks like I need to do that. Then I should get going too. There are other places I want to investigate. Where do you intend to go next, Chiaki? Probably the hospital, for sure. The first victim, Ibuki, was there. I don't know what was going on at the hospital in the first place.
You are right.
Thanks to that despair disease, we could not go there for some time. She's right. It might be good for me to investigate the hospital, too. There might be some clues related to Ibuki's death. For clues related to Hyoko's death, I should try going over to the motel. There's still a lot of things I can do before the class trial, and I'll definitely give it my all until the end. 2 different places we gotta investigate. We've got the motel, and we've got the hospital. I think we are going to start with the motel. We also have to go by the movie theater and watch that movie. We actually have 3 different places we need to look. Alright, first the motel. I just remembered, I never went inside any of the rooms in the motel. Plus, I don't even know where Hyoko's room is. Might be faster just to ask someone. You would know, right, Gundam?
So you have appeared.
You're here, right? Come on out. Are you talking to me? I can see you. You really think you could hide your presence like that? I wasn't trying to hide in the first place. Hey, which room was Hyoko staying in?
Listen well.
Open the door to the center room. However, are you prepared? Make sure you pray to whatever god you hold dear. You might want to bring an extra pair of underwear. Yeah. I wonder, how does this guy talk to his parents and teachers? The world may never know. So this one's Hyoko's room, isn't it? It's locked, but the key was inside her kimono. So maybe if we use it, it'll open! Hey! So, Hyoko was staying here. She only stayed here for a few nights, so it doesn't really feel like her room, but I feel a little conflicted.
Oh my!
Huh? Did the door open? Yeah, Hyoko put the key in her kimono, so I used that to open it. I see. What? Did something happen? No, it's just... I am starting to believe it might be my fault. Her fault? What does she mean? You can see it here. Hidden Monokuma.
No.
Alright, Sonia, why do you think it might be your fault? The moment Hyoko came to this motel, she completely shut herself in this room. She was afraid of the despair disease, so she was cautious of you guys too, right?
However,
Her fear of the disease was not the only reason she locked herself in her room. She had another reason. Besides that disease, what other reason would make her lock herself in her room?
perhaps,
Her kimono. Her kimono? Yesterday, I went to go talk to her. Since she had been in her room for some time, I told her it might be good for her to go outside for a bit. She kept the door to her room locked, but by coincidence, was not locked at that time. And then, I saw it. Hyoko was crying and struggling with her kimono sash. She did not want to smell bad, so she took a shower. But then she could not tie her sash anymore. My hero is no longer with us, so I believe she was having trouble with it. She didn't leave her room because she couldn't tie her kimono, huh?
you are right.
The others might have thought it was just a silly sash, but it must have been a serious issue for her. Hyoko told me that she learned how to tie her sash from Mahiru. That Mahiru kindly taught her the basics. That's why she wanted to be able to tie her sash on her own.
Perhaps.
She probably could not forgive herself for not being able to do it, especially since Mahiru taught her. I could not really understand her feelings. Which is why I said what I did. What did you say?
Hyoko, by chance, are you having trouble wearing your kimono?
Stupid! What are you saying? Of course I can do it! Because Mahiru taught me. That's why I can do it on my own.
If that is the case, how about you do it someplace where there is a mirror? Do you remember the full-length mirror in the storage room at the music venue? If you do it while standing in front of a large mirror, I am confident you will be successful. Also, shutting yourself in your room like this may be bad for your health.
And that was when she kicked me out.
It cannot be.
Could it be? Hyoko remembered that? Are you saying she went to the music venue to wear her kimono? I can see that happening. Hyoko locked her room and made sure she put the room key inside her kimono. I can't imagine that. She was abducted by someone. If so, that's weird. Hey, did you tell anyone about that before the incident? Or was someone listening in on your conversation? I never told this to anyone. And I do not believe anyone was listening in on our conversation. Nobody knew. If that's the case, how did the killer know Hyoko was going to the music venue? Something's wrong. Sonia's account's been added. Still things we need to investigate? Well, what do we have here at the sink? It's a mirror, but it's so small and rusty. There's no way anyone can use this. So, no sign someone made a mess of her room. She wasn't forcibly abducted. Like I couldn't really find any important clue. Oh well. Alright, that's all we need to do. Alright, well, we still got some areas we need to investigate. That should be everything for the motel. Never mind. That probably means we gotta talk to Fuyuhiko.
Damn right.
We'll wrap up at the motel really fast then. Hey, Hajime, can you explain to me again? What happened when you first discovered Ibuki's body? It was the same as when I found it with you guys. Ibuki's body was hanging from the baton lighting. However, there was no body discovery announcement made. That's why I went to get you guys. I met with Chiaki at this motel, and when we were about to go back to the music venue, you met with Mikan and me. And when we went back to the music venue, the entrance door wouldn't open for some reason.
I see.
So we had no choice but to break down the door, and discovered Hyoko's body was suddenly there too. Yeah, that's what happened.
Hey.
This is the most important part. When you arrived to the motel, who else saw you besides Chiaki? As I recall... Didn't you hear from me? Didn't you hear me? Body was found. Body? Yeah, Monami was there, and so was Gundam. Could it be? Do you intend to spread lies? Like Nagito in order to confuse us all? Besides Chiaki, I also saw Gundam and Monami.
I see.
So Kazuichi and Sonia didn't appear, huh? Do you think those two are suspicious?
Like...
Well, Hyoko was killed between the time you saw Ibuki's body and when we broke down the door, right? So obviously, those two are the most suspicious since they weren't with us. That might be it, but... While we're at it, let me tell you my alibi, too. When the morning Monokuma announcement woke me up, I went straight to the hospital. I saw Mikan panicking in front of the hospital. I asked her what's going on, and she said Ibuki disappeared. So you guys split up and looked for Ibuki, huh?
Well, yeah.
While we were circling the island, we came to the motel and saw you guys there. Did you see anyone else when you circled the island?
Well...
No. When we went to the movie theater and that street full of machines to look for Ibuki, but we didn't see anyone. Are you implying I don't have an alibi because I didn't run at anyone? It's unreasonable for you to doubt me. The time that Mika and I were on our own looking for Ibuki wasn't very long. In that short time, there's no way I could have killed Hiyoko and wrapped her around the pillar with duct tape. It's true. I feel like there wasn't enough time to do that after I left the music venue. But the fact is Hiyoko was killed, and we did discover her body.
Huh?
What, do you still doubt me?
Jeez.
Well, I'm used to it. It's true I've done things that I deserve to be doubted for. So don't worry. Even if you doubt me, I don't plan on dismembering you and encasing you in concrete. I want to know in advance what I'd have to do to end up like that. Fuyuhiko's account's been added. That should be everything. Yep. We can leave the motel now. Alright. Well, we still have 2 different places to explore. We still have to explore the, words. The movie theater. We need to watch the movie ourselves. It might give us a better understanding of the murder. And we gotta go look in the hospital and see if we might be able to find a clue there. Next time on Danganronpa 2, we're gonna do, hopefully, both those things. We'll just have to see how much time we have. See you guys then.